Yeah, it was expected to see them come through that. Although, you know, it would have been good to see a full series there. Shame about the FF or Avidity, but now it's a chance for Catalyst from the early on, and look at that shot from Math. Big challenge does absolutely nothing. He sees it coming, skips past Card, and then slots it in the bottom corner. Beautiful accuracy there from Math.
And if we did want any questions to start popping up about Novus, that is not the start that they would have wanted to see. See themselves down almost immediately here, but I'm looking forward to seeing what this team has got. It's a team of veterans, though, on the other side. A team that knows what it is like to try and compete at the top level of South America. Math already up. He got one great play to his name, looks to try and add a second. Gian all by himself, and you can see what happens when that Card matches great individual play with a great individual play of his own.
Again, it's just a fast recovery after a flick out play to get the second out play on the last defender. Beautiful dribble by Card. You know, it's mostly expected that it's going to be aerial plays dominating in the South American events, but already we've seen two fantastic dribbling goals, one from each team.
It's Kaio. That's a bouncing shot. Those are so difficult to read. Math gets rid of it, though. Fantastic job there by the defense. Just not panicking, making sure they use all the time that they've got, and you need it because when that ball is on the line, you have to get the car behind that ball as much as you possibly can. You are completely correct. With a region that is so accustomed to going high up in the air, we have also noticed that a lot of teams like to hold that back line really deep. You know, there's not much midfield control a lot of times, and that does open you up to the floor plays. It means that you can get that first touch pretty much for free. Set yourself up. Interesting to see which teams can take advantage of that. Now Math hooks himself across the ball. Difficult shot to take, but he's got to Luke. And Card set himself up for the first touch and managed to recover well enough mid-air to get a save on the rebound shot. Card now, once again. Looking for the backboard, well covered. First touch from Tanda. To just bait in a challenge that came in far too late for him. Chased down yet again. Card won't have too many options. Tries to just drop it down for the infield. He's actually won the challenge. Have to make sure that his car was in the way. Double commit. Io looks to lay it off, but nobody around there for him. Card was already on his way back. Three players committed there, actually. Tanda's going to have a little bit of room, but not that much time. Both teams getting a bit more tentative as this match has gone along. Not wanting to overcommit. Instead, Tanda, once again, looks to try and outplay. Oh, great midfield touch. It's out to Matt, and he launches it!
What touch by Jan. Look at this. On the recovery, he decides to play for the ball, and that is just straight back into Matt's path. 2-1 against the run of play there from Catalyst. I've got to say, I've been loving what I'm seeing from Card. It's really controlling the lobby for the most part. He hasn't given the ball away at all, but one quick passing play from Catalyst puts them ahead once again. And it's, you know, unfortunately for Novus, it's not been a full team effort to keep control of the ball. Tanda and Kaio not really able to do the same thing. You know, another example, Tanda just gives it away, and there's no pressure on that hard clear, so that is just a complete giveaway of possession.
Yeah, I don't mind seeing those in the opening few minutes, especially when you're against a team that you do have an edge over, just to, you know, see if they're going to crumble under the pressure, see if they're going to make some silly mistakes. It's not happening. It's time to now start pulling them out like you would any other team and just really attack them with everything you've got. Jan has got Tanda up in his face. Kaio off to the backboard. It's a pretty good clear, actually. He's got Math to aim for. And suddenly, holding players downfield has become a huge bonus here for Catalyst. They've got targets, they're aiming for them, and more often than not, they are finding them with great results.
And Math, he's always been a goal scorer. He's always been such a prolific scorer in South America for many seasons now. You know, we've got RLCS LAN veterans on Novus, but Math as well. He's been at RLCS lands. He's been at multiple lands before. He knows what to do here up against some of the toughest competition in the region. And he's just sticking to what he does best. He's scoring tons of goals for his team. They've just got to keep on passing to him whenever he's in open space, and he'll do the rest.
Kaio with a bit of time. Lays it over to Card, back over to Kaio, but too many touches of the ball there means that the play does disappear. There's not scared defending that we are getting out from Catalyst. They are willing, if they've got two players back, they're willing to push one forward. Get that play happening a bit quicker. Make life for the second man that much easier, and a bump onto Luke means that he's escaped and he's got the block. How on earth has this worked out for Catalyst?
Well, that is just textbook possession control from Luke here. He's just he stayed on the ball and he's forced the opponent's hand. He doesn't want to flip into this. He doesn't want to give it away, which has been a big theme of this game for me. He doesn't want to just throw the possession away. He keeps it close to him, and then he's a beneficiary of a bit of a fortunate bump there. Now Card, flip, reset, rebound into the bar. That was huge, but it's not gone on target. And I think probably that was the last chance for Novus to win this game. You know, as we talked about, slow start for them has been costly. Card wants a second, not gonna get it. No consolation. Catalyst take game one.
And it is the same thing again. There's no real pressure on the first touch for either team. There's not someone right up in front of you trying to just dunk on everything you're trying to do, because it's there on occasion, but we are seeing a lot of very panicked first touches that feel like it looks like the players feel like they've got to just get rid of it almost immediately. Like they're expecting the pace of the game to be a step above what it actually is at the moment. I think both of these teams have got a lot of space where they can just take a step back, start figuring it out, and really launch that first touch where they want it to be, or just control it a little bit more. Right now, there's a lot of touches that seem more panicked than they need to be.
Yeah, we've got to see more control from Novus in particular. I want to, again, highlight Card's excellent play throughout this entire game for the most part. He wasn't giving the ball away. He was playing great possession, and he was getting several outplays. Very often we see him outplay a member of Catalyst and then keep the ball away from the other two as well, which is exactly what you want to be doing at this kind of level of game where it's so important to be consistent. But we didn't really see the same kind of priority from Tander, who's rushing every touch and just giving everything away. He's got to calm down a little bit. And as for Kaio, I didn't really see much of him at all. I just want to see Kaio get involved. He is the OG for South America. He's the original best player in the region, and we just didn't really see him in this game at all.
God. Gets it over to Kaio. Well, you wanted to see him, Johnny. Wow. There he is.
Okay. I mean, it's just all too easy, isn't it? We say that they might need a bit of a warm-up game, and then they're going to show up. There it is. Kaio, after a warm-up game, puts in an easy contender for goal of the day. That's incredible power from such distance. Going against the way that he's actually got momentum in. Perfect technique from Kaio at 1-0. For Novus early on, could be 2, but actually well defended by Jean. Stays on that just in case the third man gets demoed.
Yeah, gave himself the option if it is played away the way that I'm sure the defense would like it to have been. And he's there to at least add on to the play. If things go completely wrong, then he's there to recover it. Great defensive movement as Luke will be at least passed over to after being outplayed in the corner. And Tander still very happy just to launch long. Oh, but when a team is struggling to collect the ball, like Catalyst have so far in this first minute, that strategy goes from, why are you doing it, to, yeah, that's not really a bad shout. Chance to at least sort the boost out. Card back into the midfield. Jan will at least hold on to the territory. Positioning on the rest of the team means it's going to be very difficult to keep it up, though. Math with Luke to aim for. Can he get the drop over to Jan? Oh, almost lands over to him. Still a lot of work to do. Math takes over. Fakes out Card and looked for the flick. Couldn't quite find it. And now Luke's bobbed it over the top of Jan. Now time for the entire team to get themselves back. Catalyst, though, not looking afraid. See, that might lead to a couple of mistakes on their part, but they'd rather go down swinging than just allow offense to swarm them. Oh, wait a minute. There's some weird moments happening.
Yeah, almost an opportunity there out of nothing as Kaio ran onto the ball. Still, more of the same from Card, just constantly playing keep away, and that's better from Tander. Direct pass at Card. It was read well by the Catalyst defense. Math hasn't found himself in the end of any shooting opportunities just yet. That's been the one main difference for Catalyst offense. They need to get that guy up front. They need to tell him just, hey, break every rotation you want to, man. Just stay up there. We'll pass to you, because you know he's been scoring a ton of goals today. They're already looking threatening now. Look, but unfortunately he's missed, and I don't think Jan's gonna get anything out of this. Back wall's defended for Novus.
Yeah, you can't afford to whiff. It really just takes a lot of the wind out of the sails of their offense. Luke can't quite beat Tander mid-air. Math with Luke to aim for. No boost, though. He's a car the size of a limousine if he was going to try and reach that. Math gets at least a somewhat favorable bounce. Luke's challenge. We'll get it to drop down yet again. Math by himself has to win the challenge. He's done exactly that. Now looks for the follow. No real support with him at the moment, but when you get a double whiff, anything could happen. And that lack of support ended up costing them a chance to tie this up.
Yeah, great defense by Kaio. You know, he's got both of his teammates on the back wall there, but he doesn't want to leave the scene just in case exactly what happened does happen. You know, even if that ball does bounce out into the middle because everybody's missed it, he's got the coverage and he's able to clear the danger. This is exactly what we wanted from Kaio. Just see him involved in the game. We know how good of a player he is. He's just got to get involved. And, you know, sometimes it does happen. You just have those games where the ball just refuses to go anywhere near you. Every time you go far post, it's near post. Every time you go near post, it's far post. And Rocket League's such a short game that, you know, it's not always because you're playing badly that you're not involved. And, you know, I've been really impressed with Kaio in this game. It's a big step up performance from him, giving Novus the edge.
Oh, there's Math. That's where they want him. Almost managed to find it. Double tap. Just out of his reach. Landed on it pretty well. Now 1 minute left. Still only a 1-goal game. Kaio downfield yet again. That's where he scored his last goal. Isn't going to get the chance to this time. Half shot really will not test that goalkeeper at all. Kaio's still the target man downfield, and he's causing havoc, wasting more time that Catalyst really cannot afford to waste. That's going to go double tap! Math with the rocket!
This guy is a human calculator. Just give him the ball in the final third. He'll do the rest. Kaio had no chance. Math threatening a direct shot and nails the double. 1-1 Catalyst with an incredible response.
Well, we thought that they were getting half chances. That was anything but. Now Luke looks to try and steal it at the very end. It drops down. Follow-up for Shan! 2-1! And Catalyst out of nowhere have the lead.
That is just outrageous. Tander left alone in the back. The cheat kickoff's gone completely wrong for Novus, and he just couldn't get the ball to bounce out to safety. He couldn't buy his teammates enough time to come back and help him. And really, they need to help him there. It's just an awful position to be in, and now Guard's giving it away. They've just fallen to pieces. I mean, Math's he's whipped out the protractor in a few of these goals, but that one was just a straight line. I mean, that's an equation you learn in primary school. 3-1. What on earth happened? Novus went from full control to no control, but credit to Catalyst. A lot of forced errors to completely turn this one around.
And out there right now is a Noble Esports with the slyest of smiles on their faces. This could be huge to the South American region, especially the landscape of that top two, if this result sticks and if they can get themselves that final game. Catalyst came into this 73% of the votes against them, and now they are staring at triple match point.
It's just been the story of incredible striking coming out of Math. And like I said, he is the player who way back in the day, the first season that South America were in RLCS, he was absolutely destroying the goal per game stat. I think he hit a record almost if it wasn't broken by you know, Card or someone else after. You know, I'm sure Dex and Chimako can give us the exact details on that. But yeah, this guy is deadly. No messing around. He just absolutely drills the ball on target or near enough to the target that he can rebound it in on a bounce. It's just ridiculous. And that kind of clinical finishing, that killer instinct, the perfect timing for his arrival on the end of all these passes just has been the difference between these two teams today. We've seen moments of greatness from Kaio, from Card, but none of them have been the impact player that Math has been for his team.
Now Mateus, the coach over on Novus, has got a lot of work to do, because it's one thing trying to turn around a team that knows they're underperforming. It's another thing when you know that Novus were playing well in that game and it fell down around them. That is a sucker punch. There's no other way of talking about it. That should have been Novus's win. They looked like they were strolling towards it. Sure, it was one goal. Sure, they looked fine. They looked comfortable, and they looked like they were sorting out the issues that we had with them in game one. However, there's something that you can't quite consider right now, which is Catalyst with a chance on net is a Catalyst that are probably going to score.
Yeah, perhaps the most worrying thing for Novus is that immediately after being scored on with the equalizer, this stunning equalizer from Math there, they responded with an incredibly risky kickoff, which got them scored on. They had nobody rotating back to help out Tander, who is stuck in a 1v2. And, Tander, maybe he can be the hero of the team there and get the ball cleared into the corner. But overall, you just got to play a safer kickoff strategy. You got to have somebody coming back quickly to cover that cheating player. And that's just, they're not focused on the next task. They're obviously still, thinking about what's just happened. And then, the tilt sets in, whiffs coming in from Card, and then a fourth goal going in as well. It was just one-way traffic after the initial misplay. There he is. I mean, that is the target man still for Catalyst.
Oh, that's going to drop over to Tander in the shot. There's no venom on it. Tander has not had the best series of his career so far. Still time for it to turn around. It's Kaio. Hasn't got really many options in the midfield. I feel like we need a secondary camera just parked towards that midfield of the goal, or midfield of field, because there's always someone lurking at the moment, and that player seems to be the most impactful of them all. More often than not, that is Math. This time called into action downfield. Couldn't quite get it above Kaio. Luke launches. Guess who's there? It's Math. Back out again. That's a great pass. And, well, goalkeeper jumped, but that was about all they could manage. No chance of saving that one.
Absolute beauty of a shot from Kaio, but credit to Tander. He's the one who's made that possible. Kaio's got the whole goal to aim at. He can pick his spot because the pass is just caught him in full stride. Doesn't need to slow down, doesn't need to adjust for it. Massive play by Tander, who's really been focusing more on passing in the latter half of this series so far. That's something that needs to continue for Novus. Focus on possession is so important when you're up against a team who are just being carried by deadly striking out of Math. You got to keep the ball away from them before these opportunities present themselves.
Launch clear to Jan. Well played by Tander to try and at least look at where the angle was. That's a lot more close to the net than they might have liked. Math unable to collect. As we do see Luke. Okay, we got 2, 3. How many more? 4, 5, 6 players. All not moving there. So, hi again. How are we all doing? Still 1-0 currently for Novus, but this is at least a development on their previous performance. They look good in the last one. They look better in this one. It seems like the foundational play has at least sorted itself out for Novus. Yeah, it'll be impossible to shake that feeling that from what we got from the last game, it could just change in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, I was very worried when we saw the best chance of the game fall to Tander on the infield and he just completely scuffed the shot. But he stepped up. He hit a really good pass to Kaio for the opening goal this game. No, it's not been consistent from Novus here. It's not been a performance that really looks like we're going to have a deep run from them. But it's something to work with. And now it's just a matter of keeping your eye on Math. Don't give him any free shots. You need to contest every shot this guy takes because you already know it's going to be flying towards the top corner.
Yeah, absolutely. And you'd mentioned a deep run. It's sort of a different thing, though, about this tournament is that a deep run is win this, win one more. You're already top 3 at that point for Novus. So as long as they can like keep figuring this out, you know, go from strength to strength and just get better as we go along, this is still well within their hands. Like I said, we've got Noble currently waiting over in the next match for the winner of this one. Currently on the other streams as well, we have got over on UGC, we've got Lycus Empire against PDHM, currently without being 1-0 to PDHM. So you can check that one. And over on the Rocket RB, we've got Euphoria against Era Eternity. Euphoria up 1-0 over there. Those are all lower bracket matches, trying to see who can at least survive in this tournament. And I believe as well, with the way that the prize pool is set out, winning that one gets you into the prize money, and that's very important to all of these teams. We're currently dealing with some connection issues, which we're trying to sort out for one of our players. When we get that done, we'll be able to get back into the series. Until then, we're going to go to a break. See you all very soon. Welcome back to RLCS Season X South American Winter Major. We're currently here over in the upper bracket, round number 2, where Catalyst are on the verge of a major upset. The number 8 team in the region on the, 3 match points away from eliminating, from the upper bracket, number 2. And there are a couple of teams that will be very, very happy with this result if it goes through. One issue though, we've currently got Novus currently 1 goal up here in game number 3, and they are looking like they're getting better and better, Johnny.
Yeah, no issue though, just wait. The game plan is quite simple for Catalyst, and that is pass the ball to Math at some point in the next 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and then you reap the benefits. Is it gonna be 2 goals? No, just still the 1. That's all they need, and this is really a dangerous position for Novus to be in. They saw what happened in the last game when they tried to sit on a 1-goal lead. I mean, obviously they would have liked to get another goal, but they didn't really press for it too much. And yeah, 1 moment is all you need, and you're going to be right back into a tight game. So I'd love to see Novus push, try and get the 2-goal lead, maybe even a 3, just keep the pressure on. It's much easier to counter the striking ability of one player when you keep them on the back foot.
Well, right now, Math will finally be brought into action. Flip reset not needed this time. Realized that Cardo's going to probably get to him. Instead played for a little bit more territory. Card on that backboard. And to launch the half volley back to the midfield, and he will chase it with success. Card would like to make it another one, and definitely cause a lot of havoc with the goal line of Catalyst. Now it might be 2 players needed to try and keep it out. Kyle with his chance. It's the slowest shot of his career, but it has made its way in.
Yeah, it was just enough. Looks like the boost starving was coming through at the right time there for Novus. There is their 2nd goal. So nobody's able to rotate back and save what was a slow shot. But obviously Kyle knows that he doesn't need to hit that with power. He's got vision of the last defenders, just, completely flying out of the frame there. So he knows all he needs is accuracy there. So I'm sure we would have seen him hit it harder if he needed to. Plays it safe, gets the goal, and now it's a much harder game for Catalyst to come back from, even if they can get some last-minute heroics.
Well, this might be the start of it. Kaio is able to get his car in the way. Chasing down yet again. There's a lot more urgency to the way that Novus are playing this. They don't want any freebies for their opponents, especially not on the defensive side of the ball. Card. Double tap attempted. Launching clear to Math. We've seen this so many times. And Tanda was aware of it. Got himself back as quickly as he can, but he can't get to the second one. Crossbar was the hero this time around. And that is a worrying moment for Novus escaped from. Now it's their chance to launch away. It's an unfortunate own goal, but Kaya will be credited with the hat trick.
But yes, it is a very necessary goal for Novus to feel safe. I mean, that last shot from Math, another warning to them. You can never let your guard down against Catalyst. And, credit to Math. I swear, every single time he shoots the ball, it looks absolutely devastating. But Novus have held on here. They've done well. And this is surely not a winnable game for Catalyst at this point.
No, surely not. And it will be that first moment where doubt will start to creep in. That last game, always the most difficult one, especially for the underdog team. Start to realize that, actually, we might be able to do this. Here is Luke, target man. Pops it over to Jan. Just want a momentum goal for themselves heading into game number 4. But it will be denied from them. Tanda just too quick, looks to get one for himself, passes it over to Card. That is a great goal. It's a garbage time goal, but it's a great goal nonetheless.
Yeah, Tander just wants to rub it in a little bit more, and this is a great thing to do if you are on the comeback trail. Needing that reverse sweep, you want to smash the opponents as hard as possible. Just to swing the pendulum as high in your favor as you can, and then it's going to come crashing back in game 4. If they can keep up the same momentum, then I think Catalyst might be in a bit of trouble here, because, you know, Math's striking has been deadly enough to really just carry them to a couple of victories here. Now, with Novus putting 4 goals past them, the question is, will Catalyst be able to present more threats, or is it just really going to be Math? I mean, they have had goals from other players, but the only like real momentum swing goals have been Math's goals. And, it would be nice for him to have somebody step up and make another huge play as well.
Yeah, they're definitely going to need to start varying this just a little bit, because it does seem like there was a good read on that there from Novus, especially. They've decided, all right, trying to cover Math is pointless. We can't deal with him in midair, but they've tried to cut out those chances at the source. They are challenging so close to the person that's trying to launch it over to him, just diving straight at them. No real worries about, oh, this might go past me, or this might leave my team in a bad spot. It is just, hey, if this ball gets over to Math, we're already in a bad spot. So let's just deal with this proactively. Let's get in front of them. Let's not allow those passes to happen for free. And Novus have taken 1 step towards that reverse sweep. Need to take another 2. They've got to get this and then win over on Champions Field. As for Catalyst, they just had themselves a minute to really figure out what they're after from this.
Oh, wow.
Almost immediate chance created.
Yeah, very delicate touch there from Shan, but it was exactly what was needed. I'm not sure how he read that the goalkeeper wasn't going to be there for it. But at the same time, I don't think the goalkeeper expected Shan to be making such a controlled play from that kind of range. Now it's in field to luck, but it's going to be Tander who clears his lines. You know, the full team's been taking turns stepping up here. I think Card had a great game 1, Kaio had a great game 2. Now Tander's starting to become more of an impact player. Novus have all really woken up here after those warm-up games like we expected. Can Catalyst do likewise? There, Luke just off target. Tander's going to immediately dribble down the line. Now it's deadly. It's off the post and saved. But it's only as far as Kaio. Tries for a double off the ceiling. Passes to Card. Again, saved well by Luke.
And Luke did that with no boost as well. He had to be so disciplined up on that backboard, waiting for the ball to come to him. That was so well disguised as well by the offense. Still, all the way around, Card. It's very close to the net. Can't quite find his way around the ball to put it on net. Math taps the ball to the corner. This has been overwhelming offense so far. Tander wipes out the goalkeeper. Looking for the car, they're looking for the boost, and they're looking to eventually leave their opponents with nothing left. Jan has to get the read. He hasn't got it. And Luke reacts very quickly to bail his team out. Novus look very much in control of this game right now, and if the first goal does go in, I recognize that it should be going to them. As always, though, it's just going to take that one opportunity. Math with a decent amount of boost. Go for a challenge and then just hold himself downfield and become that target man yet again. This time he's pulled in just to launch the ball. And finally some breathing room for the team. A missed touch there from Tander. Brings in Shan. Looks for the double, and that was not recommended. He had the 3rd man up and available to him. Probably should have left it for that one.
Yeah, that's not on the same page there, Shan. If he's going to go for a double touch there, which is absolutely his choice if he thinks he can make it happen, then he's got to call it early, make sure the Luke can follow up on it instead of jumping up for the exact same bounce. Now, pressure is completely disintegrated, and it's back into Novus. Can they keep this momentum going? They've just looked like the team in control ever since the start of game number 3.
That was clear. Not put too much on it, but Card is around to help it on. It's not the best play from Math. Demo us off the post.
Wow.
And Luke will get his car in the way of the second shot. Novus have done everything they can offensively except score. Somehow we are still at 0-0. Kaio looks to change that. And Luke would have been probably spamming that ball cam after he touched that one, just to make sure it's not going into his own net. Math, far side. He's got Jan. Not the best role for his team, but a chance for them all just to get themselves sorted out in terms of boost. Second touch, will launch it all the way back. Jan's not got the best read on it. Pops all the way out to Card, takes the first time shot. Luke in front of it yet again. Two very crucial saves from him.
Yeah, heroic defense from Luke all game here. Multiple times, making those low boost predictions, his positioning exactly right. And nobody's challenging Card on his shot, and it's in! Novus for Catalyst as they wait for the ball to come to them. And you just don't want to give Card any free kind of hit from this range. Unsavable with this much power. 1-0 Novus still on the comeback trail.
And for Novus, it's the perfect time to score it. It was starting to get to that stage where you start thinking, what is it going to take? This is just going to somehow weird challenge into our net at some point. So they've got themselves the goal. Right now, we are on the way to Champions Field. That might be about to change if that was on target. Especially with Jan hassling Card on the back line. Very well have found its way in. Launch clear from Jan. Not going to be as effective anymore. Those players do not need to be as far forward as they once were for Novus. Jan half rotate. It's out to Luke. That shot is off the crossbar. And now shooting accuracy has become the worst enemy of Catalyst. Something that they've got to figure out here.
Yeah, you do need to hit the target. When you don't have many chances, when you're sitting in defense for the majority of the game, you've got to put the shots on net, even if you think it's going to get saved. I mean, there's no point in hitting the bar when you don't have any follow-up in the midfield. 15 seconds left, and there really just have not been any kind of legitimate chances outside of those shots that have hit the crossbar. Now one more for Catalyst. Math is flying up on the end of it, but he has not made contact. Card will hard clear, and now the game is on hard mode for Catalyst.
Card looks to try and take out Xian. He doesn't able to do it. And now Xian looking to try and find his way around, but Kyle can recover, turn himself round, and put that ball on the floor. Champions Field on the way. And Catalyst looking like they might be on the verge of a reverse sweep. Novus have gone from strength to strength, and they looked by far the better team. I think 1-0 was a little bit unkind to them with the way they were playing that.
Yeah, very, very impressive from Novus. All three players have stepped up the pace now. You know, it was really only Card in game one who was performing at the required level. Then Kaio had a wonder goal in game two, which seemed to spark some life into him. Now, games 3 and 4, Tander's been huge. He's been passing the ball to his teammates instead of giving it away. He's been hitting the ball hard to make sure that his clears have actually got some pressure on them, and it's not just going straight to the last man. And eventually, all that pressure, all those boost steals, and all that time spent on the goal line cost Catalyst another goal. So that has been 2 games in a row now where they have not scored. Math, who was unstoppable in the first 2 games, has been completely non-existent because of the Novus consistency. They've been able to just keep the ball in the Catalyst half of the field, and when you do that, it's so much harder for Math to get those opportunities to strike dangerous shots. I think he maybe had 1 in game 3 that looked legitimate, like a real chance for him. Really just nothing going in game 4 though. There was no opportunities at all for Math. Couple for his teammates, they all hit the bar.
Yeah, these have to be better next time, because you get the feeling this is going to be Novus sticking to it. You know, there's been nothing to really show that this might be a different play style here. You would also expect the more experienced team to look stronger in game number 5. But chances are going to come to Catalyst. They are going to get 1 or 2. They have to take them. There is nothing else to it. They've got to hit the ball clean. They've got to take the chances. If they can get the first one, then this becomes crazy mode. As Tander is going to start off, looks for the setup to Card. Definitely believed in that one. Luke to Math. They've got their target, but
oh dear,
a very lax touch there.
Yeah, it was a tough one. I mean, the pass wasn't really fast enough for one of those slight redirects to add a lot of power to the ball. And then obviously the angle was not enough for Math to really take a run up at it. So a bit of an awkward shot even for Math. And now here comes Lucky's hit the bar again. And it's follow-up off target. Just far too slowly.
What is going on here?
Trying to get a chance. It's chipped into the bar. Rebound coming in for Luke, and it's in. And all of a sudden, Novus defense has no idea where to go. Tanner's just bumped Card, and then Card's reversed into Kaio, who gets bumped into the net. What a disaster in the first 40 seconds.
Well, Catalyst capitalize on a calamity. And have put themselves up by 1. I have no idea what I've just seen. Novus have got to put that behind them very quickly. Triple commit. No. This is the game 5 that you expect when it comes to a major. It is chaos all around the place. Not too high. Follow up from Kaio. 1 each.
Eventually, Novus get the shot on target so many times here. They just could not hit it into the net. But the defense for Catalyst was panicking. They all jumped at the same ball, and there is no recovering from there. The scramble went the way of Novus. But my goodness, what is going on in the defense for both teams here? It hasn't been organized, and now Tander's centered. He does fall on top of it, so he does, he makes up for his own mistake there. Better still to just not do it in the first place, though. Why on earth have Novus and Catalyst defended the way they have in the first minute of this game?
Well, the first team that can maybe relax just a little bit could very well be on their way through to take on Noble in the upper bracket. Tander launches it. Great shout as well, considering one of the players is now gone. For the demo, in comes Card. Be unchallenged for a little while. Looks to set himself up. Instead, Luke can just launch. Over to Card. Not going to get the second touch, but Kaio doesn't get to that one. That is an open net there for Luke. Another traffic jam is what I'm going to say there over in the midfield as both teams try and figure out who is supposed to be next onto the ball. Here comes Card yet again. Drops it well. Now back down. Luke not there quick enough though. And Kaio doubles up.
And yes, it was a good save from Jan here, but that is not the angle you want to be making your saves towards. You can't just hit it straight down the middle. So that's where Novus are going to be following up. That's where the next shot's going to come from. That's got to go to the side. It's got to go to one of the corners, or it's got to go up in the air. And it's not done any of these things. And Novus are back in the lead here, 2-1 in game 5.
Luke did not look too comfortable over in his own corner. Here's Kaio back into the midfield. Nobody around to help him out. Math, this is where you want to see him! And Math explodes back into the series!
And that is what they've been missing the past 2 games. Math making these forward runs, collecting the clears as they reach the halfway line, and absolutely slamming them on target. What a game. It's been a bit of a cleaner affair in the second half, but now it's the time to see who's going to clutch it up.
Jan, back over to his opponent's corner. That's actually going to work out quite well. Up goes Math again. Kept away. Cards controls the ball. He's got it past 1. He's not going to get the second attempt. We saw from him earlier on in this series. Luke looks to try and find Math. Just having Math around, able to just, not even just to get the shots on target, those have obviously been lovely to have as Kaio can't read it. Communication, very useful that time around. Informing the rest of his team, he's not going to get to that one. He can definitely do with a little bit of help. Off the backboard one more time. Math up to the air. It has been a star-making show for him so far this series. They can just get one more play out of him. It might be enough to send them through. Then Kaio looked for Card. Shut down almost immediately. Tander had to be nice and quick. And what on earth are the 2 players doing on that side? They've managed to recover it. But Kaio has got Tander in field. Doesn't quite get to it in time. Both teams just all over the place right now. It's a mixture between great plays and lots of whiffs.
Wow.
As Math always missed it!
My goodness. What on earth is going on? Why would Luke pre-jump this? That's completely thrown Math off. And for absolutely no reason, Catalyst have let the ball go into their top corner. I mean, Math should still have that. But I just don't understand the pre-jump. What on earth is Luke thinking? That he's floating out into midfield most of the time there and not recovering until March. So, in the best case scenario, he's completely leaving his team in a 2v3. Worst case scenario, he's faking out his teammate who's behind him, waiting to see if he's going to touch the ball. Then Matt centered it for Card. Somehow saved by Shan.
What is this series? Well, if I know anything, it's not over yet. We have had highlight reel play for good and bad reasons. The fact of the matter is still this. Novus are up by 1. They look to make it 2. Jan is currently hunting down that goalkeeper, Tander. Almost managed to collide into Kaio as he was trying to avoid Jan, who is still after him. Refuses to give up their opportunity. but they can't afford to go down by 2 here. Card looks to get into the far side, almost squeezed it into the back corner. Kaio looks to take over. Down to Tanda. Luke with an incredible save, but not out yet. Card, one more opportunity. Won't be able to create anything from it. But that missed touch might just hand it straight back over to Novus. 20 seconds here, Johnny.
Novus just need to calm down. This is extremely loose from them. They're actually getting in a kind of a 3v1 all of a sudden, but the pass from Math is just far too easy for Kyle to collect. That could have been so scary for Novus to go up against because they're throwing everything forward as if they're losing. You know, to be fair, they've almost put a goal in, so that would have been nice to have. Now there's no time left for Catalyst. They need a goal or they're going to be reverse swept, and it's not going to happen. It's dropped, and Novus have reverse swept them in a stunning Game 5. I still got to say though, man of the math for me is on Catalyst. He's scored, you know, so many crucial goals for his team here. Unfortunately, experience is too much on the side of their opponents. Novus do what they need to do. They get the 3 wins in a row. They advance.
That was crazy. I love that. That was so much fun. I'm sure Catalyst will have very different opinions from me about that series, but that means the winners semi-final is now set. True Neutral will be taking on Rebel, and we've got Noble Esports in a match that means so much for that second spot, of a chance to knock Novus down themselves. I'm sure they would have liked Catalyst to do it, and I'll tell you what, Catalyst were very close to doing it. But it is going to be Noble against Novus, and that is going to be a phenomenal match for us to watch later on. But before then, we've got to jump over to our other upper semi-final as True Neutral take on Rebel.